Hello everyone, it's Nintendo Gen 64 and Crystal Fissure here, and this is just a little video on I'm a Speedrunner 8 to talk about I'm a Speedrunner 9 actually. Yeah, we're talking about I'm a Speedrunner 9 here. Now, you may have seen a video on Spyro Speedruns, although I can actually guarantee that you have seen that speedrun on Spyro Speedruns, about Ratchet 5 talking about IAS 9, N-E-I-N, I think, IAS no, basically, in German. Now, he has, basically gone against that, and now he's actually making IAS 9. So he went from hosting a tournament called IAS 9 to actually hosting I'm a Speedrunner 9, IAS 9. Now, this can't happen for two reasons. The first reason being that he is not in I'm a Speedrunner 9. He has been actually barred from entering I'm a Speedrunner 9 because he quit I'm a Speedrunner 8, and this is a rule that we have actually put in place since back in I'm a Speedrunner 5. I think we had this rule in place.
And actually, technically, it existed before when we banned Matt from IS4.
Yeah. Ratchet 5 created a rule wherein if you quit a tournament, purposely quit a tournament, therefore, disadvantaging everyone else, like if you quit a tournament, it kind of, makes things go, it gets messy if you quit a tournament, because you have to go through the rigmarole of getting someone to replace that person, and then getting the replacement to first the person who they were meant to raise. It's a mess if you quit a tournament. And this rule has actually been in place from I'm a Speedrunner 4, because Matt was banned from I'm a Speedrunner 4. And then we had Music Generator, James2667 banned. Rabid Wombat JR was banned. Pete was banned. Matt was banned again. And now we come to I'm a Speedrunner 9, right? Now, Ratchet 5 was meant to race me in I'm a Speedrunner 8 in the semi-final. But he quit.
Now, we told him. We warned. This is the thing. I said at least 3 times, if you quit, you're out of the tournament. Like you're out of this tournament. You're out of IAS 9. Not a permaban. No, you're out of this tournament. And
Yes.
he agreed to that. He understood those stipulations. Now,
Yes.
obviously, quitting the tournament and being banned from the next one obviously means you're not going to be involved in hosting IAS 9. I mean, that's a given, isn't it?
Well, it's kind of a given. I mean, you're not going to be the host, but he could have been in the management team of it. He could have helped us run the tournament if he wanted to. It's just saying you can't race in it, which, I mean,
people seem to believe it's entirely personal, but if he genuinely wanted to help out, I'm not going to turn that down. It's good to help. We have Lyle really
exactly.
A lot.
He wasn't the host of this tournament, but he helped out, right? He didn't host I'm a Speedrunner 8. Nowhere it says he hosted it, but he helped out. Now, I'm a Speedrunner 9, though he wasn't going to participate in it or host it, if he really actually genuinely cared about the tournament, he could have helped us run it, which would have been fine by me. But he's severed all ties with me and Crystal Fissure.
Yeah, it's incredibly personal for reasons that it's not even relevant.
We're not going to get into the reasons why he hates us, but he hates us. And he's banned us from his little tournament that he's started up, which a lot of people seem to think that this is the official I'm a Speedrunner 9. This is the one that's going to be happening. This one won't be happening. I hate to break it to you, but Ratchet 5's
this
tournament...
one exists for one reason, Angus. You can explain why it exists.
Ratchet 5's tournament exists for one reason, and one reason only, and that's just to bar us from entering it. It's to ban us from his tournament, because we banned him from I'm a Speedrunner 9.
Fairly. We banned him fairly. He bans us unfairly.
He has no real reason to ban us other than pure hatred towards us. Now, we had stated a couple of weeks ago that Lyle Taylor 93, or Lyle Bandicoot 93, sorry, was going to be hosting I'm a Speedrunner 9. A lot of people are cool with this idea of him hosting I'm a Speedrunner 9. And we were going to do an official I'm a Speedrunner 9 in December. So we are going to do one. And I guess he jumped on people's natural impatience and just announced, oh, I'm going to run this tournament. This is going to be an I'm a Speedrunner 9. Just jumped at, first in, first serve. He's the only person who's had anything to say about this so far, and I guess people just think that he's the only person in this issue. He's the only one. He's the right person in this issue. He's the hero. He's the good guy. He's the leader. We want to follow him. But unfortunately, Ratchet 5 is not the leader and is not a good guy. I hate to break it to you, but he has essentially, by doing this, just proven that he's not really in it for the thrill and the fun of speedrunning. He's just in it to get at us. Now look,
Yeah, exactly.
look. He and I are no longer friends. Ratchet 5 and I are no longer friends. I'm gonna admit that clearly right here, right now.
It
But
wasn't
that's
our
not
doing.
that's not to say that he couldn't have been an I'm a Speedrunner 10, and I would have liked to thought that if he's hosting a speedrun tournament, the least he could do is say that we're allowed in it. Because if I was in his spot, I would say you can enter my tournament, fine. What does personal, differences have to do with anything? Why? This is a personal thing here. Why are we banned from this tournament?
Secondly, why have you chosen to call it IAS 9? Something that, it's, yeah, it's a naming thing, but it's not an official I'm a speedrunner tournament. I'm sorry, that's not the way it works. You are kicked out of that. You could start a tournament called the Ratchet 5 tournament or something, but it's not I'm a speedrunner 9. That's not how it works.
Yes,
you quit,
yes.
You're out. It no longer means it's your tournament
And
anymore.
it's a bit confusing when we'll be doing an I'm a Speedrunner 9 at the same time. That is the official I'm a Speedrunner 9, and people will be confused, and people are confused that this is the official I'm a Speedrunner 9, which it's not. It's a renegade tournament.
It doesn't help that the most popular kind of message of getting the tournament, what the tournament will be, has been locked out by everyone but him. So everyone's just going to think, oh, that is IS 9 because it's called IS 9, but it isn't IS 9.
No.
It isn't. That's not how it works. He quit. You have to pay the punishment for that, so to speak.
Exactly. So Ratchet 5, cutting a long story short, Ratchet 5 quit I'm a Speedrunner 8, banned from entering I'm a Speedrunner 9. We would have let him join the management team of I'm a Speedrunner 9 if he wished to, but he severed all friendships with us, and so he can just sit on the sidelines for I'm a Speedrunner 9. When I'm a Speedrunner 10 comes around, he can either host it, if he wishes. If people wish him to host I'm a Speedrunner 10, then he can. Or, by all means, he can enter I'm a Speedrunner 10. I'm not going to stop him from entering any future tournament after I'm a Speedrunner 9, or hosting. If people want to see him host, he can host. I'm not going to say that, just because I hate him now, he can't host. Because he can host. And I would like to hope that if he did host, he would pay me the respect I would pay him and let me join his tournament. That's all.
But it's not. That's the problem. That's what you're forgetting. Is that this isn't based in logic and reasoning. What's going on here is blatantly unfair. For people to say, "Oh yeah, we're banned from the channel," that's lol, that's hilarious, haha. And then getting angry that we banned him for a fair reason. That's just hypocrisy, it's plain and simple.
Pure and simple. Now, I hope you've heard our side of the story, and I hope you understand that we're not bad guys out to get Ratchet 5. We're just enforcing a rule that he himself created, agreed to, and up until recently was going to follow. But now he's backed out of this and has decided
because it boils down to the fact that it's a very selfish thing to do. It undermines the efforts that we put into IAS 8 in the first place, which was a flawless tournament up until he came and fucked up.
Ratchet 5 is bringing personal politics into this, I would like to think, professional realm. He's just bringing personal politics into it, which, I mean, to people who aren't aware of the personal politics, it makes us look like the villains here, when we're not the villains here. We are not the villains here. It is just the fact that he quit the tournament. Now he can sit on the sidelines until I'm a Speedrunner 10 comes around. That's it. And he can't do that. He can't just sit by and let bygones be bygones. He has to start it up. He has to oppose us and start up his tournament and ban us from it and start a war here, which didn't need to be started. And look, I see some people saying, "Oh, Ratchet 5 founded I'm a Speedrunner, so he's he doesn't have to get banned." Why does that mean he doesn't have to follow the rules? Does the president of America, just because he helps make laws, doesn't mean that he doesn't have to follow them? It's, what's good for the goose is good for the gander as well. You know, what's right and proper for one person to follow should be the same for the other person to follow. I don't care who he is. I don't care if he's the Pope or the King of England. Well, when they do get a king, I mean.
Okay, I guess we get the point. That's
I've made my point. I've made my point. Ratchet 5 has no leg to stand on here. He's just doing this for personal reasons, which shouldn't be on, and that's it. And I hope you people make up your mind about which I'm a Speedrunner 9 should take place. And look, if you want to join his tournament, then you're not on the side of logic and reason if you want to join his tournament. You're on the side of personal vendettas if you want to join his tournament. That's it. Pure and simple.
I agree with that.
Thank you for
that.
thank you for listening, and goodbye.